So I need to make more vlogs, and I used to do these more often back in the day when I really had nothing, to show in terms of gameplay, and I stopped doing them. I noticed this straight pattern of me just not doing them. There's no more vlogs for me besides those channel updates and those unboxings, I guess you could consider. But I'm talking about like just a vlog like this where I'm just talking about a particular subject. I want to get back into doing those, and I think it's going to add a good variety, especially this month when there's like nothing coming out. I think vlogs of different topics is going to be good to drive everyone, and hopefully it will make stuff not so boring and just repetitive on this channel. So I'm going to try to do more vlogs. But anyway, I had a quick question, alright? What defines a casual gamer? And more so, what defines a hardcore gamer as well? Because I'm kind of thinking about this topic, alright? And, I'm the type of person who plays a lot of games. I absolutely like pretty much everything that comes out in the year. I mean, survival horror, action adventure, first-person shooter, racing games, some simulators even, RPGs, stealth action games. I play like a large variety of games. And, I consider myself a hardcore gamer, obviously, because I play a huge variety. But there's also that other type of player, that hardcore player. Well, I guess people identify them as hardcore players, but that's kind of the thing. I wanted to, what do you think their true identity is? Because is a hardcore gamer a person who just plays first-person shooters and that's all he does because he loves first-person shooters and he doesn't play anything else? All right, or is it a person who plays a large variety of games? My friend, all he does is play first-person shooters. First and third-person shooters. Call of Duty, Battlefield, Far Cry, even Far Cry 3. Like, just these third and first-person shooters, more and more so generic military shooters, and maybe World of Warcraft. It's like all he plays is like World of Warcraft, Call of Duty, and then Battlefield. And I always tease at him like, oh, you think you're a gamer, you only play like this one specific type of game. And I'm thinking about it, I'm like, could you really consider that a hardcore gamer? Someone who just plays first-person shooters, or someone who just plays that particular genre, maybe two genres total. All right, they don't care about a single-player like riveting story experience, something like Heavy Rain, even where it's like a completely different experience. Mirror's Edge. It was kind of funny because I was at my best friend's house, the person I'm talking about, and we were talking about Mirror's Edge 2. Really, it's just called Mirror's Edge, but whatever. We were talking about the reboot, and he's like, "Yeah, I didn't like the first Mirror's Edge," and I'm like, first, if you're gonna say that to me, I'm like, what? Because I can understand, some people who, it's not for everyone, It targeted a very specific type of audience, and for me, I loved the game. A lot of people said it didn't really hit the mark for me, and that's understandable because it's so different. But the statement he said afterwards just really pissed me off. It's boring, and I was just, I was a bit speechless because I couldn't believe that it's boring. And I guess what he meant in terms of it's boring is, but you're just running away from the action. But that's kind of the excitement in the game, is that the challenge is, all right, how can I get away from the action and not get involved? That's sort of like the whole challenge of that game. You're not supposed to go in there guns blazing because it's just not that type of game. And the whole game is, instead of trying to engage in combat, you're trying to evade combat. And I think that for him, because all he does is play shooters, it was something that just was unexpected and something he didn't like. All right, he can't wait for Call of Duty Ghost. I can tell you right now, he probably already pre-ordered it. He probably already pre-ordered Battlefield 4. He can't wait for that. Even when we went to the Microsoft press conference and they showed that Battlefield 4 demo, he was like, "That's freaking sick!" And that demo was really cool and everything, but I didn't have this level of excitement. Maybe because I have a different standard in terms of shooters. Because let's face it, when you look at Battlefield 4, all right, and you look at it just from a viewing standpoint, you don't try to mess in there with the core mechanics, it essentially looks like Battlefield 3 with more destruction. That's essentially what Battlefield 4 looks like. I don't know if that's how it plays. It may play completely different. I haven't played the game yet, but it looks like Battlefield 3 with more destruction. Call of Duty Ghosts, again, it's Call of Duty. You already know what you're going to get with Call of Duty. It's already expected, all right? And some of you guys might have different feelings towards Call of Duty as a series. Let's be honest here. Every single Call of Duty game that comes out, it always has massive quality. With the exception of Call of Duty Black Ops 2, I haven't experienced a single glitch in any Call of Duty game. And in Call of Duty Black Ops 2, that game was a little bit more glitchy than the past Call of Duty. I witnessed people spawning, alright, in Call of Duty Black Ops 2. But regardless, each campaign is very well done. It always has a very good story with good characters. The multiplayer can leave something to be desired. All right, and sometimes the multiplayer changes that they implement aren't really well. I think my favorite multiplayer in all the Call of Duty games is Black Ops. I love that multiplayer. I thought it was fantastic. Black Ops 2, not so much. Modern Warfare 3 was boring as shit. It was like the worst multiplayer for Call of Duty I ever played was Modern Warfare 3. But if all you do is you play shooters, does that make you a hardcore gamer? That's my question. And a lot of you are going to throw up the excuse of, well, I can't afford games, this is brand new, and I have to pick and choose. And that's understandable too, because when you think about it, if you can't make the risk to try something different, then you're going to spend your money on something that you know is already going to be good in the first place. It's, for example, let's go back to my friend, because essentially, he doesn't work. And the cash he spends, he doesn't buy, new games and stuff like that. But if you have barely just enough cash to get a couple games a year, you're going to get the sequels for games that you know you're going to like. You're not going to take the chance of something else. And that's a really difficult thing, because maybe you're like, well, I'd rather try, I would try some things out. I would go ahead and try a new experience, but I don't want to take the risk of buying something that I don't feel that may suck and that I may have wasted my money on. So I want to get everyone's opinion on this, alright? Do you think a person who just plays first-person shooters or just plays one particular genre of games and doesn't try out new experience, do you consider that person a hardcore gamer or a casual gamer? What defines a hardcore gamer? Because me personally, I see a hardcore gamer as someone who plays a variety of games, who loves gaming as a whole. Not I love the first-person shooter of gaming, but I like gaming as a whole. I don't play JRPGs. I'm just not a fan of the quirkiness and stuff like that, and the stories. I don't want to grind. It's just not a particular play style I'm interested in. But still, I respect the culture surrounding JRPGs with these, beautiful fantasy-oriented graphics and these really quirky themes. That it's funny. I was playing I played Yakuza 4 a while back when I picked the game up, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. And even though the whole game is Japanese voice acting with subtitles, I really enjoyed the game. Like I really enjoyed the whole story, and I loved the quirkiness and the characters, and they did a fantastic job. But it's a very different. That game is a very different game from It's not really considered a JRPG. That's more of an action adventure game. It has some RPG elements in there, but it's not full on like I must grind in order to beat this boss sort of JRPG. But let me know your thoughts on that. All right, I'm gonna try to do more vlogs like this. Gotta think of some topics, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good day. Bye.